The officers came and they actually listed that as a hate crime toward me and my sons at that particular point. And so, I mean, I really don't want to speculate on what, which particular incidents have been hate crimes and by who, because certainly there's been no conclusion in any of these incidents that have resulted in a suspect, and that is highly frustrating. It's been a stretch of years, and certainly no small amount of stress for my kids as well as myself. So I would love to live in a world where hate crimes didn't exist, and I could assure my children that we're safe and nothing will happen in the future.
I guess with regard to the noose on the rafters, that turned out not to be a noose later on.
I don't know that that's been concluded.
It's actually a rope that was used to hang up a fella's deer whenever he killed deer.
Well, I read that in your article, but that was never told to me at the time. And in fact, when we moved into that particular house, that rope was not there. My sons discovered it that morning when they were picking strawberries in the little raised beds. So, people will go to all kind of lengths to minimize or discount or undermine stories. I certainly don't believe that there's conclusive evidence that was not put there, to intimidate or harass, and that certainly wasn't the first appearance of a noose at a residence that we lived at. So
that was one of 8 times that you had problems, you were victims of a hate crime in North Idaho?
Again, whether I don't know that it's 8 hate crimes decided by the police, but there were 8 incidents where we were harassed. Yes.
I'm sorry to hear that. You were the first to notice, hey, there's no canceled stamps on this envelope that was up in the P.O. box. There's no barcode. You kind of knew right off the bat that this probably didn't come through the mail. And so when you hear it comes down, they've kind of exonerated the postal employees that put it in there, and
right. Now
it's kind of like a key holder thing. If somebody said, if it's a key holder and there's only a couple of people have the keys, maybe one of the key holders did it.
Well, again, I don't have any reason to believe that. And I actually wasn't the first person to notice that. One of my friends who came over to the house to kind of be supportive right after I received the mail, I posted something on Facebook, like, don't know what everybody else got in their mail today, but I'm really shaken up by this particular package. And some of my friends said, we want to come over. And so one of my friends, Tanya, came over, and at that point, when the officer arrived, he was looking at it, and she's like, that doesn't have a stamp on it. In fact, if you look at it, there's no barcode, and so she's the one that first noticed.